Hello, good morning. Oh, hello over there too. I don't need Cap Cam up. Cat is in his bed upstairs. How are you all doing today? Happy Thursday afternoon, and we're back into some coding game. This is my Discord. You don't need to see that. We are. Let's see. What are we looking at? We are looking at Mad Pod Racing. And I don't think I deployed the new code. So we need to take a look at it again. If I remember correctly, we are successfully choosing different areas to aim at on the second path through, the second lap, but it's not exactly correct. And I think it's the opposite of what we want each time, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, yeah, so for on the second lap, you are above me and to the right, and I'm going to the right-hand side. Okay, so the bottom is correct, but it should be the left and not the right. Let's see if it's consistent. Okay, so it's bottom again, but I really want it to be up and right. Oh, interesting. Okay. Now that one was bottom right, and that was correct. So above and to the left was correct. Huh, so I'm wondering... Albert, hello! How are you doing today? Have you done your stream yet? I saw that you were planning on it, but I didn't see any notifications from Twitch yet. But I wasn't paying, like I saw like a bunch of them, and I didn't see yours in there, but I might have missed it. Okay, so what is this? This is... You are doing a stream. It crashes whenever your screen locks. Oh no, that's not good. I guess I missed that. So sorry about that. But you're streaming right now? How's it going? You're working on the I can't remember if it's a game or a math puzzle. Or is it both? No, it's a game. It's the game where you're pushing barrels around, right? Sobocon or whatever. You're working on the Nuit Info RN. I am not familiar with that challenge, but good luck with it. Okay, so I tune the checkpoints. Do I ever store the cardinal anywhere? So I get the cardinal here, and then I just sort of let it goes away. I'm in checkpoints. I kind of want to... Oh, this maps through each checkpoint and figures it out. Okay. Let's try debugging cardinal. I want to see whether or not the cardinal's correct, or if the calculation from the cardinal is correct. Oh, it's French. It's about creating a website about a theme with some optional parts for additional rewards. Nice. Yeah, there's a bunch here in the States about that too, which are always fun. Oh, boss. Okay, this happens right as soon as we hit. Okay. So cardinal. So I think it's down right, down right. You're all down rights. That's not correct. This should absolutely be. I think the first one is to this one, right? It's like, I think that one, then 2, then 3, and then 4. So this should be up left. Let's also take a look at the checkpoints here. So we have next checkpoint and current checkpoint. Okay, here we go. So next checkpoint. Okay, so again, they're all down right, which makes sense. That's consistent with what it was last time. Okay, so next checkpoint is, now once we got here, so next checkpoint is this one, right? So that's, can I make you better quality? There you go. Okay, I can see the numbers now. They're really small, so I wouldn't be surprised if you couldn't see them, but this one is 13490 as the X, and that's way down here. So the first one we're iterating through is 12917, which is number 2. Oh, so it thinks this one's the first one. Okay, and then the second one. Okay, and current checkpoint is, oh, it thinks we're on. Okay, so I'm off by 1 here. It thinks we're currently on this one, which is correct, but it think the next one, what I really want is current is to be that one, which is the last one, which is the very last one. That's our problem. So we really need to start. We need to have our current checkpoint. So our current checkpoint is our destination. So I really want index -1. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is actually next checkpoint. What I have it, okay, so current checkpoint. So anywhere within this map function, I wanted to change current checkpoint to next checkpoint. Oh, but probably not the actual next checkpoint. So let's change the actual, what do I want to do? I'll just do it one at a time. So you're next. Copy, so okay, I copied next to tuned. Okay, so now you will be current. Checkpoints index -1. But if you don't exist, then I want the most recent one, right? I want the last. Is that a thing that I can do? Okay, so I get out the last one. That cardinal equals, okay, so this is, I want to start from current, go to next with a, that, debug, okay, so then we're going to leave these all the same. And then we should be good. To be more precise, I am currently, we're learning wiki data to get data for the main project. Nice. Okay, I bet now we're going to be correct and not off by 1. No, I think we're still off by 1. Okay, so we're still down right on all of those. Our current point is 4072, which is this one. Okay, that's correct. And 7429. Okay, that's correct. And our next is okay, 13. And so it thinks that's down right. And then after that, it's down right to go to here, and that is 13,490 till 12. Okay, that, so the points are correct now, but it's always down right, which is not correct. Okay. I wonder if it's the combine. Moomy, hello. How are you doing today? Life is it's very metal in Bronze League. I'm trying to do a little bit of tweaking and tuning, and still right now ignoring my opponent. I'm not exactly sure what I would do to sort of fight against them. I don't know if I ever want to purposely bump into them or not. That would be an interesting strategy. Oh wait, I'm on lap 2. Okay. Okay, so the first one is right and down. Well, got the right part right. Down is not correct. Then from that is down, right and down. Right and down. Okay, so combine probably is working correctly. So the problem is happening before that. Ooh. Maybe you use the enemies as bumpers for quick turns. Oh, that could be interesting. Calculating where they are and then deciding okay, I'll just go for you for a really quick turn. That would be fun. Okay, where in tune checkpoints? Okay, so I get current cardinal. Okay, so I first okay, so this is how I'm figuring out the current cardinal. I'm figuring out myself and then the other, so I subtract the y's and I subtract the x's from each other. And then I check to see if they're within the threshold. If the y's are greater than the threshold, then we're down. So we're always getting down, which means this math is wrong. And then I think we're always getting right. We're always getting right, which is also the first check we're doing. I noticed that too. So our first point. So we start down here at 4072. So our x is 4072, and then the x from the second one is 13490. So if we take u and subtract 13490, then times -1. Wait, what? Okay, 4072 minus 13490. Okay, multiply by -1. Oh. Okay, weird. 9419. Okay, which is greater than 10. So this should be right. So I get the right correctly. And then we do the y's. Okay, that's 5072. That's and then that's greater than 10. Oh, so my math is wrong. I'm doing a lot of weird math there, aren't I? I just need to know if it's to the right. Okay, hold on. What am I thinking here? I don't need to do any of this. So I just need to know if my y, so if self.y if self.y minus the threshold right, so if it's minus the threshold, if that's greater than the no, let's start with other y. So if other.y minus the threshold, if that's greater than self.y, then it's below us. If other.y plus the this should be plus the threshold, this would be minus threshold. Okay, so if other.y plus the minus the threshold, so it's if that's less than self.y, then it's above us. Otherwise, it's even with us. Oh, I did this wrong. Okay, y is going to equal to other.y. Oh, weird. What did I do? I missed the if. Okay. If other.x, so if we're going to do the right first, right? So if other.x plus threshold is greater than self.x, then it's to our right. Else if other.x minus threshold is less than self.x, it's to our left, otherwise it's none, and then combine them. Okay, we are going to the top right, and we really wanted to go to bottom left. So I'm guessing that I screwed up by exact opposite. Let's see the first lap. Yeah, then this is bottom left. I wanted top right. Okay, so I have managed to completely make it the opposite of what I wanted. Sea Kettle, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, so if how do I want this? I need a visual. Let's see. What do I use for drawing? Okay, so we have 2 points. And so we have an X for here, and we have a Y for here. And we have an X 2 and a Y2. Okay, so if this X, so how do we know that this is to the right of there, right? Other 2 is greater than 1. So if I don't have a threshold, we would say if other dot x is greater than self dot x, it's to our right. And if other dot x is less than self dot x, it's to our left. Okay. Now above and below us. If this y, so we know it's above us because this y is less than this y. So if this y is greater than this y, it's below us. So if other dot y is greater than self dot y, it's down. If other dot y is less than self dot y, it's up. So I'm using the cardinals to change my aim. So instead of aiming at the center of these, I'm going to aim at the closest point to the previous one. So I need to know, like, okay, is it above me and to the left? Like it's above me and to the right. And so I'm just using the cardinal as enums to sort of like say, okay, you are upright. And then I can say like, oh, if it's upright, this is the calculation I use to choose where I'm aiming for. So if I do that and I ignore the threshold, so now the threshold would be go to the center if it's like really close, like if it's off by 10. So it's slightly above, but it's within a certain threshold, whatever that is. So let's say X is to the right, so we know it's to the right, but the Y is slightly less than, but not that much. So I want this one plus the threshold I don't want to do minus the threshold. I want to do if I add the threshold, you must no longer be less than it. So if other dot y, so if it's down, that would be minus the threshold. If other y, okay, so then it's plus threshold. And then the same thing here. So if you're on the right-hand side, I want to subtract it. I feel like that might be easier with vectors. And the thing is, like, I'm calculating this from vectors. But this might be just me completely and totally overthinking it. I mean, it probably is. Okay, so I ran into the same problem. So this one is up and to the right, and I'm aiming up and to the right of it. I really wanted to aim down and to the left. So the first point is upright. Okay, that's correct. Upright, I want to tune the angle. So the Y, oh, I got this opposite. I want to, if it's up and to my right, I want to be down and to the left. So if you're, okay, so if you're up, if you're straight above me, I want you to be down. So this will be plus. I did all of these completely opposite. So if you're to the right, I want you to be on the left-hand side. If you're down right, I want you to be up. And then left. If you're down, I want you to be up. If you're down left, I want you to be up and then right. If you're left, I want you to be right. And if you're up left, I want you to be down and right. Okay, so after the first loop through, yeah, now we're going to the bottom left. Now we're a little bit far behind, so I don't know if how much this actually helps. But the big thing is that we shouldn't be missing checkpoints anymore, which is what we were before. Okay, so I think we're slightly closer than we were previously. Let's see. We get, okay, so that part works. Our first lap through. Well, okay, we might be able to tweak some of the other things. Do I have anything up there? I have the tune cardinal angle. Our next checkpoint distance, we can tweak this. So this is let's see, this is going to be our stopping points, like when to turn early. So our turn early modifier. I have this at 3.5. I think we did it. We can try going up to 5. We can see if that changes anything. We have three skip ticks. So let's change one at a time and we'll go from there. And after we sort of tune it to try to figure out that like laps without being hit are pretty good, then we can start talking about what should we do about attacking or defending. What does skipping ticks do? So skipping a tick is not truly skipping a tick. In this case, it means that I am turning off my engines for X number of ticks and then doing an early turn to the next thing. I felt like I got a little bit closer. And I wonder if I don't want to... So either I skip less ticks or... Oh, I also, okay, let's see. Where else do I have magic numbers? This one. Okay, so if the original distance to is 600. Okay, yeah, so if I'm within its thing, change the target. I don't want to, that's fine, but I'll turn this into one of these. This is target radius, checkpoint radius. Okay, so if we're all mapped and I'm aimed at within 3 degrees, so this is the turn early angle. I have that as 3. I could do a little bit more. I could do like 5.0 and play around with that. Tuned run up. Okay, so tuned run up or original distance to, if I'm within 2000, oh, and this is where I get the next one to start turning early to it. I might want to do something like this. I should probably switch this to keep it early, to keep it like what we have previously. So turn early modifier, I think this was like what, 3.5? Okay, so turn to skip. Changing target, this is our max speed always, but that's fine. Max speed can be just 100. I'm okay with that being a magic number. No other magic numbers in here as far as I can tell. I guess this is like our this is a magic number 2, our clamp speed. Oh, it's not, it's, I think it's I-32. Let's see, this is a magic number. These two are magic numbers. Oh, this is like, if I'm within this amount of distance, then boost. So boost distance, maybe? Now I have this at 4,000. That's within like pretty much straight at it. I'm okay with that. Okay, so that's not all the magic numbers, but that's a decent amount of it. This one I want to change to make it something else, but let's see if we can tweak this. So I want to this was like 3.5, wasn't it? 350 would be way too much. Turn early modifier. So if I change this to 5, you will now start turning. Actually, it won't start turning way earlier, will it? It'll turn off the engines way earlier. It'll turn off the engines way earlier and then have them skip 3 turns. But then the thing that actually starts turning it is way off. However, that's not bad. I don't like turn it back on pretty quick. Wait, I crashed? Invalid input, expected XY power, but found... Oh, you needed to be floors. Let's see, target to X, target to Y. I bet I need to turn... Okay, these are all F-32s, aren't they? Yeah. I've been getting lucky. I need to as an I-32. All of them. I'm okay with it losing a little bit of... I don't think it should go outside the realm of I-32s. I don't think we're getting that large with the Fs. We're never going negatives. It's usually I's to F's that get messed up, right? So I think we should be fine with this. Why do you think I shouldn't be able to do that? And so in Rust and as, when casting to another type, an as basically is a lossy cast. So it will never happen on its own. I have to like put in there, and it's generally usually considered a code smell. I'm going at the center each time, so I've lost something. I was keeping up with our opponent until they knocked me. That's unfortunate. I might have won that if the boss hadn't knocked me pretty far back on lap 2. But I noticed that I'm going straight to the center again. Which, why am I going straight to the center? Did I... Okay, so I get the cardinals. They're not nuns. That jackass? Yeah, that boss is a jackass. Oh, my tablet is running out of batteries. Give me 1 second. I need to plug that in. It just truncates the decimal precision. So it can as I32 just rounds down to the nearest integer. Not exactly, no. So it tries to, like, that's what happens most of the time. But if you're above, so if you go, let's see, an I32 and F32, so you lose, an I32 can go to a higher number than an F32, right? So if you go to a higher numbers as an I32 and try to turn it into an F32, you get like that type of stuff, like weird stuff happening. And that's why usually using as is not a good idea. It's lossy. And then lossy stuff with numbers is weird. But in this specific case, the numbers aren't really that big, and I'm going from a smaller thing, an F, to a higher thing, an I. So I'm okay with this. All right, so what is... So my debug is happening, so I'm tuning the checkpoints. When I was switching to const, I must have broke something. Okay, so here's my state. When I'm in changing target, I want to move to, okay, so if we're not all mapped, add the next checkpoint. Get the next checkpoint. Or switch to the next checkpoint. Get the checkpoint that we're now on and move to this target. And then up here, now I do change this. So it truncates it and brings it into the I32 range. Yeah, that's pretty much what it does. Is it truncates it, but that of course can have weird, I guess kind of predictable if you know what the number is, but unpredictable if you're not sure what the number is, results. Is it you? Oh, right, because I have my just a point here. Target, original, and tuned. Okay, so let's do okay, so we're going to go for the tuned. Oh, you want this to be a function. Oh, I actually don't need. Unwrap or is probably what I want. So I read a discussion that this entire thing about like switching like numbers back and forth, it's considered predictable behavior. So you wouldn't ever like put an unsafe around it because, well, it's perfectly safe to do in right hands. Like it's not unsafe. It's all about undefined behavior. And unfortunately, converting in this case is perfectly defined behavior. There's that bump. It's because I tuned? No, I'm going towards the center again. I'm still going to the center. Is tuned always like never existing? What's my new algorithm? So what I'm trying to do. So map one, just like normal, I go all around this, right? And then the second one, I want to sort of calculate through and say, okay, this is up and right. Let's go to the bottom left of it. This is down and left. So let's go to the up right of it. So I'm going towards like the closest point to this, but only on the cardinal directions, including the diagonals. So, you know, if you're just close to it, I still go to the angle like that. That's the goal right now. So here and then here, just so I can like try to barely hit the, I could barely hit the checkpoint before I go after it. I do seem to be aiming directly at it though again. So here I'm going towards 4075. Ooh, that's not exactly here. 4075 is not 100%. Is it my as? Is my as screwing it up? I bet it is. That's probably what it was. That was the last thing I did before it all broke. You're discovering all kinds of interesting things. For example, it turns F32 not a number into 0. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's JavaScript gets a lot of slack for like really stupid things with numbers. I think a lot of the problem is that it's close to what am I thinking of? It's similar to what I want. I don't know, my brain just literally, as soon as I saw this crash, like my brain just started thinking about this and not that. So I don't know what I was going to say anymore. Sorry about that. So instead of an as to I32, how about so apparently that was lossy and I got the weird behavior. So let's try just flooring this to the nearest dot zero, and then that might be okay. So what if I take you, we search for dot y, and you can floor. How about that? Are you happier? Oh, I can format it. Oh, yeah. That might also be a good idea. I forgot about formatting with the equivalent of like a printf format. That's a good point. I should probably do that. That's even better than floor. It's still going after the center now, though. So actually, that wasn't whatever caused It seems to be breaking a bit too late. Okay, yeah, we can tweak around with that. What I'm wondering right now is why. Okay, so upright point, 4072. So that's starting here. This point is 13490. Oh, look, that's exactly what this is. 13490. Oh, but that's okay. That's the next point, and then okay, no, that's correct. And then, am I actually doing the right thing? No, not combine. Calculate, not cardinal. Run. Not run. Oh, tune. Okay, so we see this debug. Okay, I'm returning tuned, and I'm setting that to tuned checkpoints here. Okay. Jim, hello. How are you doing today? I am subtracting and adding tuned angle by. Okay. I guess I kind of want to see what the tuned are now. So let's see, who's calling tuned? Okay, so after we tune the checkpoints, turn early angle is never being used. Right, because I turned that off. That's okay. Okay, so when I add all mapped true, tune the checkpoints. We know that the tune checkpoints happens. That sets this to all map true, and then otherwise just push you, okay. Tune checkpoints sets tune checkpoints to be a vector of points. So if we're not all mapped at it, then get next, then checkpoints get that original equals this. Okay, so we return a target that gets both of those. State move to, right, so then we're going to move to the target, which should switch us to be now this one, but we get the target, which is the point, the original and attuned point. And then head towards it. Let's print out what we're going towards. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even know. Wait, where does that come from? Also, thank you, Jim, for that. I didn't realize that you get a stream streak. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see original tuned and see whether or not we have tuned, because maybe it's just none the entire time. Xilbë, you want to hang out? Are you here because you thought I would bring food and I didn't? Hi. Xilbë, you want to come here? Okay, lap 1, we got none for tuned. That's okay. Lap 2, okay, we're going for... Well, that seems appropriate. Oh, you don't want to... Do you want to come up? So when I'm heading here, my tuned is 4075, which is just to the right of it by 3 pixels by 3.5 pixels. By 3.5 pixels. Tune cardinal by is what I wanted to use. I want to go by that. But I'm going, I think, by... Oh, tune angle by... Haha, got it. That's probably what it is. I saw that and I thought that was an actual angle it was checking and not like the actual, oh, look, instead of me doing like an actual calculation like a normal person, I'm just sort of guessing the X and a Y and just sort of like, going for that. Now I'm appropriately going for the correct angle. Okay, so that's good. We can tune some of the other things now. As you mentioned, we're breaking really early, or maybe we're not breaking early enough, and then we're also not choosing a next target to go to, so we're just slowing down and then waiting to get there. So this one's all about changing target, and I want to do this a different way. So okay, so if we're all mapped, okay, so and if pod.angle is less than or equal to our turn early angle, okay, so if we've mapped everything, we're pointed relatively close to it, and then I want the distance to the pod. And what I would like it to be is this thing here. If the next checkpoint distance which I can get the next, can't I? And actually, if I think about it, okay, so if we get past all mapped, now we know we have the other thing. So if I want to get the next. Okay, so if the next one here okay, so if the next checkpoint distance I want the okay, so this gives me that one, and then I want distance to my current position. So pod dot position. If that's less than or equal to the pod velocity times that, then okay, so if all of that is there, I want to return tuned unwrap, otherwise return original. I probably could at this point in time switch this and then also do that. Okay, so notice I didn't even slow down for the first time through. Oh, that's what it was. I don't even try to slow down for the first time through, just for the second, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it wasn't great. I wonder if I should clamp the speed. I probably should I probably should. It actually came closer than the other times. Let's go back to Let's go back to this. We need both, right? So I need to slow down and start turning early regardless. But now we should start turning early here as well. And then turns to skip. We could try skipping less turns. Let's try this. So just slowing down on the first lap too. I'm going after the center again. Okay, so I see the original, I see on the standard error, like the tuned was 4422. Okay, yeah, that should have been up here. But I wasn't going after tuned, was I? So my target Oh, I should always be going after. Oh no, okay, this is wrong. Not sure Rust is best for this use case unless just want to practice Rust language semantics, although it still has a very good type system and system abstraction, so it's not that bad. And then you think Rust is excellent for this use case. I think that like many languages can do this. I think that it would be nicer if I could do multiple files and sort of like bring it all together so I could have smaller files that are easier to reason about. But I don't necessarily think that Rust is bad for this. I think it's perfectly fine. And I think that type system, like if I was using the type system a little bit better, I think that that would help me out a lot. There are third-party scripts that combine multiple files into one for submitting. Is that also true for Rust? Because I need to, I would need to combine them together and then compile them. In a way that it makes sense to also like me writing the code. I guess that would work. I probably could like find something like that or build it. Okay, so I really want the next checkpoint. So I want return so that our next is going to be equal to checkpoints, get next. You only get me a point. That's fine. Just start turning towards it. That's okay. Okay, so and then I want otherwise you're going to be the tuned, unwrap or original. Yeah, parse your files and directories and cat them together. I wonder, would it matter that the order that it does that in? Like, would I have to be careful about that? It's hard to tell if I'm turning, like I'm truly turning early enough for this. I guess the first one that's not going to turn early at all because it doesn't know where to turn to. So this one we have to check to see, are we turning early? It doesn't look like it. That one maybe. I'm not convinced that I'm turning early. Okay, so I want to turn early modifier, turn early. Let's say it's like something really large. Make that larger too. I want to see us start turning early. Like really, I want to see if actually we are turning. Ooh, there's a crates named Bundler. Creates a single source file version of a cargo package. And then output would be, okay. Oh, it turns it into like inline mods. Okay. Well, that's cool. This could work. If we need to do a rewrite, we could rewrite into multiple files using that. The Better Owen, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, look at that. So I'm slowing down, but I'm not actually turning. I'm not going to the next thing. Oh, I'm still trying to get to the next. Okay. Haven't gotten to lap 2 yet. That's my problem. I don't think I am turning towards 2. So at this point, it should be trying to tell me that I'm going towards like 12 something. Had some pretty big announcements off the back of COP28. Oh, that was the thing that you're working on, right? Nice. So I'm attempting to get the next. Are we ever doing this? I mean, that should be fine, right? And then I want to debug now the target, where we're heading. Ooh, I am seeing that I'm getting the next checkpoint sometimes. Okay, so here's at the beginning of lap 2. Okay, so at this point in time, starting to turn early. Obviously not a good idea, but my new target that I'm aiming at is 13,490, which is not what I want. So my get next isn't what I think it is. That's my problem. So we have get next. Skip to the current checkpoint and then get the next one? Do I need to go one more? What if I skip that and we just do next twice? Which might handle. Can I not do, oh, option. Sure, unwrap. Oh wait, next gives me the actual thing. That's not what I want. Skip, hold on. Okay, what if I skip plus one more? I don't know if that's gonna work. I wonder if I want like another skip. Plus one should work, assuming checkpoint numbering starts with 0. I would think so, except it might break on going to the last one, right? Going to here because this is... Oh no, going back to here because it's starting... Oh, look, it tried to turn early. That looked like it was trying to turn early, which screwed itself up. Yep, okay, I think it's working. I think it's working. So now I want to turn early modifier. Let's go back to Let's go with 5, but I might even want, let's go back to 3.5, which is what we had originally, which never was doing anything. So now we have it doing the right thing. Let's see how this goes. And then we're just going full blast on the first lap. We're actually never stopping and never putting on the brakes, which actually has us in a lead on the first map until the end of the first lap, because we're way too fast going into 3 and then way too fast going into 0. I feel like I'm not turning early now. I won. But did I actually ever turn early? So here I'm lap 2. It's perfectly straight. It's not trying to turn. It's never changed its direction that it's going at all. So the target remains the same. Okay, so that tells me, so if it was working with this being 20 and not 3.5, then I need this to be higher. So let's try 5.0. And we can also turn on early braking. I may need this to be two different things. Okay, so I am early braking there. It's not braking by very, very early. It's like it's very close to the checkpoint. So now we should see an early turn too, which is hard to see, but I might be getting it. No, it looks like it's still actually turning into this one. Oh wait, that one might have been turning backwards? I'm confused. Okay, so you see here, I'm missing it. It's turning in towards 1. And what I want it to be doing is turning towards 2. So the point is 131. Okay, 131. Yeah, all this time it's still pointing and aiming towards 1, so that's not working. $15 or 10. Let's just double it. Tester Professional Edition, because I've run this many times. That's not. Oh yeah, I'm braking too early. Is the multiplying by velocity on the right side of the equation? I believe it is. Okay, so it is. Okay, that's super interesting. Look at that. So it's switching to this one. And then it switches back up here. Xilbë, you okay? Xilbë. He's meowing and pawing at something outside, which is usually not a good thing when cats are trying to paw and stuff. I may have to stop to go figure out what's going on with him. Hi, you want to come in here? He probably wants me to go with him to the upper floor where he normally likes to go poop and hang out with him. But then, okay, so it stops going after that and then continues going after this. Is it because I have something about a too low... If I get rid of you again, so if we don't stop early, I'm guessing this would cause us to turn early and we're going to miss it after the first lap. Well, because my angle gets off. That's why it goes back up. My angle gets off. It's Twisted Seed, hello. Okay. I think I know what's going on. And we'll have to fix it next time because I need to go take care of Xilbë because Xilbë is yelling a lot and I think he needs some help. So unfortunately, I'm going to do an emergency stream shutdown to go take care of Xilbë because he deserves being taken care of, especially when he's not happy or something's wrong. So I'm going to go do that. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.